Dick Goddard Weather Center this evening. All right, so it's been a cold, snowy weekend already. You know, counting our blessings, we're not Buffalo, so that's the good news there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys up here on Facebook. Drop a comment, let me know you're tuning in. What we're going to talk about is the timing of the snow that we're expecting tonight into tomorrow, also snow totals, where these lake effect bands are expected to set up, and then how much longer is this cold going to last. So I got you guys up. Again, drop a comment, say hello, let me know you're watching. All right, so and if you have any questions forecast-wise, drop those in there as well. I'll do my best to answer. First things first, we do have a few winter weather alerts to let you know about. One of those being a lake effect snow warning that goes from 8 p.m. today until 7 p.m. tomorrow for the following counties: Cuyahoga, Lake, Geauga, and then Ashtabula. Head down to Trumbull County, and that is where there is a winter weather advisory. So expected to get snow in all of these areas and even some south and west of these counties, but this is where the highest snow totals are going to be. So if we go ahead and look at satellite and radar here, this is kind of a composite look here. What we have happening is there is a cold front to the northwest, and that is going to be dropping through. Here's a look at where it is right now. It'll be pushing through overnight tonight. Tuscarawas County could get a few flurries, but the bulk of the snow is going to be in that snow belt region because a lot of this is going to be lake enhanced snow, except for tonight. Tonight we have a decent band coming through with a cold front. This is a clipper system that's going to be pushing through. I'll show you all snow totals here in a minute, but this is just the broad picture of what's going on. We have this clipper system pushing through, and then once our winds turn from a southwesterly flow to a westerly northwesterly flow, that's where we'll start to see the lake enhancement really pick up. We could actually even hear some thunder snow as we get into the next 24 hours, mainly because of the instability that the cold air is causing over Lake Erie. So we've got really cold temperatures up in the upper atmosphere. You've got a decently warm lake at the moment, and that's where we're getting all this snow dropping down. In some areas could even be seeing 3 to 6 inches over the next 24 hours. It'll be pretty localized. It shouldn't be super widespread, but here's a closer look at where some of those snow bands are setting up right now. So as we get into the next day or so, we are again watching for the chance for some visibility drops as you're driving around, especially Cleveland and east, those eastern suburbs. And this is just a broad picture temperature-wise and also where those cold fronts are set up at the moment. So here's a quick breakdown of what's ahead. We could see some snowfall rates 1 to 2 inches an hour. So that means driving could become difficult. Could see blowing snow. We are actually going to have gusts that'll be 40 plus mile per hour as well. We've got a gale wind warning over the lake. And then not only is it going to be snowy, but you've probably stepped outside and felt how cold it is. Couple in very gusty winds with these cold temperatures, and we actually are going to be dealing with some pretty cold wind chills as well. So let's walk through this hour by hour, and I'll show you where these bands are most likely to set up. Now there are a couple factors as to where these bands will set up. So should we start to see this southwesterly flow, which you can see is coming in right now, turn northwesterly quicker, it would be more likely that the further east of Cleveland you go, those bands will be stronger. Also, how strong the winds are is going to impact it as well. Stronger winds is going to mean that we see stronger northwesterly wind is going to mean that we see these bands head further southeast in the snow belt. So let's walk through it. This is just one model look, but it'll give you a general idea of what we could expect as we head into the overnight hours. So about the next 3-4 hours, we'll start to see that snow pick up a bit as temperatures are in the 20s. We're going to see those bands come through. This is with that cold front. Now watch those wind barbs. They start to turn and become west to northwesterly, and then the lake enhancement steps in. So through early morning tomorrow, we're talking 5, 6 o'clock, some bands really coming down. Again, 1 to 2 inches per hour for the snowfall rates. As for tomorrow afternoon, these will clear up by the evening hours, and we'll even get some peaks of sunshine. And you'll notice Lorain, Sandusky, Port Clinton, really not going to get much at all. Maybe a few snow flurries tomorrow. Tonight, they'll probably see some snow just with that cold front passing through. But the wrap up of all of this should be around 4, 5 o'clock tomorrow evening as our winds then again turn more southwesterly. At this point, we'll see skies clear out, which again is going to mean cold temperatures for early Monday morning. But then we have a warm up on the way. We're going to see high pressure settle in. So we'll be back in the 30s, 40s. And then eventually 50s as we get towards our Thanksgiving. So the nice warm up is on the way. Let's take a look at how much snow we could be talking. Now this is just one model guidance here. As we get through our Sunday morning, this is when the bulk of it's going to be through the afternoon and evening. There are going to be some localized areas that face the potential for 3 to 6 inches of snow. So couple that on to the already several inches that these same areas got just a couple days ago. And we're looking for some rough road conditions with this. So be very weather aware going into the next 24 hours, especially tomorrow morning and early afternoon. Again, things will start to wrap up the later into the day we get. But Cleveland and West faring a little better. Again, we're all just going to have to keep an eye on the wind direction and speed with this system and then with the lake enhanced snow over the next 24 hours, because that will definitely play a part in where those more moderate to heavy bands of snow pass through. So I think I got everything in there for you guys. Here's a look at our temperatures versus feels like tonight. We're seeing 10, 12 degree differences between our air temperatures and our feels like temperatures. So that's definitely playing a factor. And then here's a look at the wind gusts as we get into the next 24 hours. That's a wind chill. Our gusts are going to be 40 plus mile per hour. And then there's the warm up on the way that I told you guys to expect. We're looking for 50s Wednesday, Thursday, and then things become more unsettled Friday and Saturday, temperatures dropping back down into the 40s and 30s. Again, any more questions, drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer, but stay safe. Remember, we've got those weather warnings in place for the inner snow belt and also for Trumbull County. Take care.